Welcome to the garage. I'm Chris. My friends call me the Candyman, and you already know what time it is. Tonight, we're drafting best ball teams. The Poodle is going to close in the next 12 hours. I've only got one left. I caved. I did three of them. I entered three of them as slow drafts. So I'm going to end up doing 17 fasts, three slows. My slow draft hell is not quite over yet, but we're entering these tournaments, we're maxing them, and we're moving along. Best ball summer's here, but we're not even at the peak yet. It's still June. It's still early. We're getting our reps in, drafting these teams. The teams I've been cooking up lately this week have been pretty good. I feel like I'm seeing the matrix. I feel like I'm in the right vibe, the right state. So tonight, I'm going to be ripping some best ball mania drafts on stream. And then we'll cap it off with the last draft of the night. Is going to be that last Poodle. Probably that's what it'll be. We'll see. But I'm excited to draft tonight. Happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this in the future, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the like. We're going to be drafting best ball teams all summer long. Come get in the chat. Say what's up. Ask us your fantasy strategy questions. There's a ton of sharp people in this community, more than willing to help, whether it's dynasty questions. We've got ranks for that. We've got tiers for that. We've got discords for that. Hit up BINDLES, links in description. If it's best ball, plenty of best ball bros. Redraft, we got it all going on. Tomorrow night, Hartman and I will be streaming an FFPC Big Gorilla high stakes redraft league draft here on the channel tomorrow night, 9 Central, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Without further ado, let's kick it to the intro. But overall, it's like the guy can ball, like actions speak louder than words. What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? How's your Friday going? Evening, Jason. What's up, brother? Hartman, my dog. Anthony, get in the circle. Perfect lead in to boom, this. Like and subscribe, people. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed. I saw YouTube analytics told me that 40% of my viewers are not subscribed. Couldn't believe it. But I won't push it too far. I'm just asking. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. It'll help me out. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers before the start of the NFL season. I think we can do it. Just need your help. Come get in here. Be a part of the community. Draft with us. Have some fun this summer with these best ball teams. And like and subscribe. Okay. I'm in a 20-second best ball mania. I'm in the 6th spot. I kicked it off, flying solo, getting some plus EV in this room. My favorite draft pick of 2025, Jahmyr Gibbs, is available. The vibes are immaculate. I told you in the intro, I've been drafting a lot this week. I feel like I'm seeing the matrix. The vibes are good. The vibes are high. Let's get right back into it. And we're starting with Jahmyr Gibbs. Couldn't be much better than that. And I'm in the 6th spot. I haven't been drafting from the middle of the board that much lately. So I'm feeling good. Green Bean, what's up, brother? Nick, the FFPC GOAT, apparently. What's up, Nick? How you doing? What's up, everybody? Steph Miller, always good to see you in the chat. Hey, y'all. Little Texas hello from Steph. Who watches and does not subscribe? See? Okay, we've luckily we're prepared. Okay, I'm gonna run through a quick gambit of backgrounds that we can share here. Let's do this, boom, and then we'll do this. So if this one doesn't do it for you, and these are all we've had these for months. I got to update some of these, and also let me get rid of this overlay. Boom. And I can be over here. Like or subscribe. You can choose one. You can take both pills in this scenario. What else do we got? Subscribers, possibly you. Prestige worldwide. And get in the circle. So this is the circle of trust. You're going to want to be in the circle. Anthony knows it. If you're out of the circle, can't help you. Subscribe to the channel. Get in the circle. Come get your fantasy football and strategy questions answered in the chat. There's incredible people here in this community, more than willing to help out, answer your questions, whether it's dynasty, redraft, whatever it is. I'm back on the clock. Let's make this pick. It's a 20-second best ball mania. And you already know what time it is. We're taking Ladd McConkey in the second round. We're going to refresh the best ball overlay. Shout out to best ball overlay. And also, let me jump up here. That's better. Speaking of getting it started, there we go. That's better. Turn the tunes up. Wide. Prestige. I'm feeling good. This is a fun start. I've done this before. I'm going to go ahead and filter the best ball overlay to just my best ball manias. I uploaded my CSV right before the stream started. So here we are. How is this possible? How do I only have 2 Jahmyr Gibbs teams in best ball mania? Is this a glitch? Is something wrong? How could this be possible? Literally my favorite click. Something's going on. You know what? I'm always drafting out of like the back end of the draft. I'm never getting to pick from the middle. And when I do pick from the middle, I'm in the front middle and I'm getting CeeDee Lamb. I guess that's what it is. I don't know how to explain it. So this is my 3rd Jahmyr Gibbs best ball mania team out of 48. That sounds completely ridiculous. And I don't have any of them with Ladd, just in my best ball manias. I know I've done Gibbs with Ladd in other tournaments. Let's see what's going on with this board before we make our next pick. Brock going a little bit early. Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers. Otherwise, standard stuff. Achane at the 1-2 turn. Devontae Adams rising in ADP. I mean, as long as you're in a draft with me, I'm going to take Devontae Adams in the 3rd round, regardless of what pick I have. So this looks like a Chase Brown pick. Yep. I'm all in on Chase Brown. I mean, the way the dude handled the second half of last season down the stretch, I'm all in on Chase Brown. It's in the 3rd round. It's like and Bucky Irving went in the 3rd round in this one. I mean, the 2-3 turn, it's not that crazy, but Tyreek Hill goes at pick 22. That's a little bit different. That's about all though. So in the 3rd round, realistically by ADP, it's like my top picks are Devontae Adams, Chase Brown. I'm getting a lot of Kyron. I'm getting a lot of Kyron in the back half of the 3rd round. I'll also click some Terry McLaurin. Looking for that Jaden Daniels stack. If you can get Terry McLaurin anywhere in this range, pick 30 to pick 34, the odds of getting the Jaden Daniels stack very high. So it feels good. If you're lucky, if you can pull it off, if you take CeeDee Lamb and then you get Terry McLaurin here at 29 and you happen to get Jaden Daniels at 44, that's a really fun way to play it too. Flip side of that is if you miss out on Jaden Daniels, you can take Devonta Smith, try to get Hurts at pick 53 if you miss out on that. Or if you just need a QB2, you can get Dak much later. So that's a fun way to play it when you're in this range. In one of my poodles I did earlier tonight, I finally got a share of Baker Mayfield. I'm like, my Baker Mayfield, I already know it's 0% in best ball manias because he's so expensive. But I take a decent amount of the Buccaneers. I mean, I'm not underweight on Bucky. I guess I'm a little underweight on the receivers that aren't named Emeka Egbuka. And at that rate, when you take Emeka Egbuka, Baker Mayfield is long gone. Or, you know, it depends. Sometimes, I guess the ADP's Mayfield's actually a little bit after him, but you can have one, not the other. I got Baker Mayfield at pick 105 with an Evans Egbuka double stack. So that felt really nice. I'm trying to get some more Baker Mayfield, but I don't want to pay up. I mean, I have this rule. It says you don't pass Jaden Daniels in the 4th round. But I don't know if this is the build for him. I think I'm going to go against my own rule here and go with T-Mac. Because I think I really want to build this out around Herbert. And I don't want to commit to Jaden Daniels this early right now. But I almost, you saw my exposures. I hardly ever pass up on a Jaden Daniels. And I don't know what Laremick is doing with McCaffrey, A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf not getting Jaden Daniels. I seriously would doubt that Hurts falls to pick 55. Because if he's at 54, I'm probably going to take him. What up, Peppertone? How you doing, brother? How's your Friday night going? What are you guys up to this weekend? What are you guys drafting? I'm doing some best ball mania. This is a 20-second best ball mania. And then I got one poodle left. What are you guys drafting? What do you have going on this weekend? Hope you've had a good week. You made it. It's Friday. Let's rip some drafts. People do love taking unstacked Baker. And he has a decent amount of stacking options, like whether it's Godwin or Evans, or like you said, just unstacked. So he's kind of hard for me to get because he's so expensive. He is a dog. I like Baker. I think he's fun. Exactly. Yeah, we both saw it. Pitbulls and slow draft hell. Yeah, I've got, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 slow drafts going. I've had a lot conclude recently, and I'm not really interested in doing any more slow drafts. The problem here, it's like, positionally, I want a receiver, but I'm not going to pass Alvin Kamara, like, ever. That's a hard stand that I'm taking in Best Ball Mania 6 right now. Alvin Kamara is criminally undervalued. I don't care if the Saints are bad. I don't care who their quarterback is. When the Week 1 projections come out, when you're drafting in these, what do you call them? The weekly, the Battle Royales. Do you think Alvin Kamara is going to be going 51st, 54th overall, 60th overall in the Battle Royales? No. He's going to be pick 25, pick 30, something like that. Happens every year. I'm not going to count out Alvin Kamara. I feel like I can replace... I like Zay Flowers. I like Jalen Waddle. But I feel like I can replace their points later on. I like Jordan Addison. He's kind of one of my favorite picks in the 6th round right now. He goes in the end of the 5th round in this one. Yeah, they're filling too fast. Damn. Ripping the super flex. I'm not really dipping into the super flex too much. I did a few super flex drafts with Who Hames on the stream. I had some fun doing it, but I'm sticking to the poodles. I got one more poodle to go. I haven't done any pit bulls yet. I haven't done my corgi yet. I maxed the schnauzer, and then this is my 48th Best Ball Mania right now live. So we're getting after it. Gibbs, Chase Brown, Alvin Kamara, Ladd McConkey, Tedaroya McMillan. I could take Jerry Jeudy. Chris Godwin's fine. Debo's there. I'm not going to go Debo. I'm going to go... I'm going to go Jerry Jeudy. Healthy Jerry Jeudy. The breakout, 2024 versus Godwin coming back from the injury, who also had a breakout year. Well, we'll just see how it goes. I think Jerry Jeudy. The difference, okay, so this is the arbitrage, right? Jerry Jeudy in the 6th plus Alvin Kamara in the 5th, or else I'm taking Zay Flowers in the 5th with Caleb Johnson in the 6th. Well, I wouldn't be taking Caleb Johnson. David Montgomery, Quinshon Judkins. So to me, those just don't scream Alvin Kamara value. But Jerry Jeudy versus Flowers versus Waddle, not so different. So that's kind of my thought for rounds 5 and 6. When I make those picks pretty often. Make sure y'all vote in the poll. Slap the like on your way in. Appreciate you being here. Say what up in the chat. We're going to be ripping drafts tonight, so stay tuned. And hope you're having a great Friday. Vote in the poll. Let me know if you're taking, the king of sending people to the shadow realm with stiff arms and the truck stick, Quinshon Judkins, or are you going more for the Pittsburgh Steelers' next great running back in their dynasty of running backs, Caleb Johnson? And then Quinshon's still there. I don't know if I can pass that up. Okay, he goes. I can do Laporta. I can do Diggs. I might take Diggs. I haven't taken Diggs for a while, and I do want to get more Drake May. And Drake May would be fun to go with Herbert and might just line up nicely. I've taken a bunch of Laporta. I'm going to get Diggs on this one. I've seen Laporta falling. I've been getting Laporta around pick 80, 81, easily, in the 75, 76 range, right at ADP. I've got Gibbs on this one, so I thought about team stacking there and grabbing Laporta, but I also I'm pretty confident in my ability to build out late tight end builds because I've invested so heavily in running back in this one, like up front. I still want to stay strong at receiver. So I get my 4th receiver there, Steph Diggs. Gives me an option to get Drake May on this team too, which I want to get my Drake May exposure up. I had a lot more Drake May in the big board. I haven't had as much since then. Yo, what up, Paul? Keeping it weird in the poodle. Perfect. Bowers 102. Pulling Jaden up to pair with Chase. Incredible. I did something in one of my poodles, and it's not the most outrageous thing, but it's a little weird. I think I had 2 or 3 101s out of my 20 poodles, or my 19 poodles so far. And in one of the slow ones, I had the 101. I took Chase, come back around, and I took Lamar Jackson, and I think Chase Brown. I think I took Chase Brown. No. I took T. Higgins. I took Jamar Chase, Lamar Jackson, and T. Higgins. So getting a little weird there. And I don't even know if that makes sense because I look back, I was like, should I have just waited to take Burrow? But I don't know. Just something different. But I like the way you're thinking about that. Yo, what up, Hulk Smash Potatoes? Hey, how's it going, brother? Hope you're having a great Friday night. What are you drafting this week? Are you in on these poodles? This is a 22nd Best Ball Mania. Mark Andrews going pick 87. You don't see that every day, but I mean, it's probably where he should be going. And you get him stacked with Lamar Jackson. This is a kind of nice team. The Amon-Ra, Nico, JSN, Lamar Jackson start. This is fun. A little early on Mark Andrews. He might have come back around, but who knows? What's up, Disbanded? How we doing? See, Hawkinson's there for me. I like the Hawk pick. Pittman is fine. I've been taking a good amount of Pittman lately in the other contests. I like Higgins a bunch here too. I'm going to keep pushing tight end. I'm going to go with Michael Pittman Jr. He could just be the #1 receiver on the Colts. I like Downs just fine. I've got a ton of Alec Pierce. Daniel Jones is the quarterback there. I think that's fine for Pittman. I don't know. As a wide receiver 5, it feels good. Gives me one more stacking partner later. So I'll be looking to take Herbert and Drake May. If not, I can get Bryce Young or a late Danny Dimes. At the same time, passing on Hawkinson, that's kind of like my last shot to get a piece of the Lions at Minnesota Vikings Week 17 matchup. Jordan Mason goes. He's like the real last piece of it. Hawkinson, Mason, didn't get Addison. That's fine, though. I'm going to have to build out around something different. There's a player that I'd really like to get with this next pick, but I have two great options. Mahomes goes at 100. He was still available. Baker Mayfield is still there, but obviously not for me. He's just still there. Like I told you earlier, he was kind of falling. Dak Prescott goes early. I'm going to take Jaden Higgins. I'm also considering Trey Harris for the double stack with the Chargers, but I think I want to play it through Jaden Higgins, who I'm like super bullish on. I think he and Nico Collins could just be a really sweet like 1-2 punch, nice duo. Elevates Stroud elevates them. The feedback loop. It could be good. It could be good for the Texans passing offense this year. We'll see. The defense is going to be strong. They might just run the ball a ton. But I like Jaden Higgins. I'm hearing good things. Famously, Jaden Higgins, one of 2. So 2 out of 32 second-round picks that have actually signed their rookie contract at this point. And it's still early. I mean, it's June 27th. We got plenty of time. Like I said earlier, Baker Mayfield goes 104 here. That's the range I want to take Baker Mayfield. Right in here. So good on Gav DJ. He did take him completely unstacked, though. So shout out to Peppertoni for calling that one spot on. The Ravens fan, yeah. And then get Zay at the 4-5. I hope to in that slow one, right? So then I have like Zay, Chase, T. Higgins, Lamar Jackson, and then I can grab James Conner if I'm lucky or something like that. Yeah, that's a good point too. Some divisional correlation, just kind of a fun one. Max the Poodle, shout out. I got one Poodle left, Steph, so I got one to go. I'm going to do it tonight after these Best Ball Mania drafts. Hashtag get your guys. Yeah, definitely get your guys. These time box tournaments, get your guys. Get unique. Grab some ADP value. All of the above. This is a Best Ball Mania, though, so this is not a Poodle. Son of a bitch. Limerick, what are you doing to me? I'm going to grab Herbert. It's just not worth. I know he usually like ADP, and he usually does fall past that. Like he usually would come back to my next pick. My next pick was going to be 126. His ADP is 125. I'm not going to risk it. I mean, I've got Ladd McConkey. I'm connecting the dots. I've got to bring back with Jaden Higgins. I'm going to take the stack there, so I don't have to worry about it. Because I really wanted Drake May at 115, and then I could have gotten Herbert at 126. But without Drake May, Herbert is the most important remaining player that was available to make this team worth it. So that's kind of how I view these things. What can I get now that I can't get later with these picks? I've also seen JJ McCarthy going pretty aggressively ahead of his ADP. I think he's going to continue to rise. People realize that he has like a rushing upside and, you know, part of the prolific rookie class from 2024. Same thing with Penix. I think people are going to get wise to Penix sooner than later, too. I could do Ramondre or Dobbins. They both kind of fit this team. Warren is still there. I like Warren. I think I might just go Warren. And Njoku's there. And Njoku's pretty sweet. I do So for Njoku, I've got Jerry Jeudy. That's kind of a nice way to play it. For Warren, I mean, I have Pittman. I'm conflicted, but I'm gonna go Warren. I could have gone either way. The tiebreak for me was maybe we just haven't seen. We've seen Njoku. We know he's good. He's pretty good as a tight end. He's, probably on a per game basis, a good top 10 tight end. Maybe Warren can be better than that. I don't know. And also, I know who Warren's QB should be. It should be Daniel Jones. But I don't know who's going to be David Njoku's QB. And then how many Browns do I want on one team? You could also say how many Colts do you want on one team? Maybe he's there at my next pick, but I think he'll go. I think Njoku will go. I like Njoku. I need to get more Njoku. Yo, what up, CDK? How you doing tonight, my friend? Hope your Friday's going well. Hope you're looking forward to a good weekend. Gets a candy in the label. Shout out. That's hilarious. Dobbins finally goes. Njoku went. Dobbins went 133. I'm just not going to reach for him currently in these Best Ball Mania drafts where I've already got Dobbins teams with his ADP much lower, much lower down the board. At some point in the future, though, I will be clicking Dobbins at ADP. Just got to see where that ends up being, and also how much more news can we get. I don't want to go Kyle Williams here. I don't take a lot of Kyle Williams, but he's well past ADP. And I've already got Steph Diggs, so now I'm just doubling down on the Patriots passing game. Even without Drake May, that still feels like a good thing to do to team stack. And I get him at pick 139. I'm pretty sure his ADP is a lot higher than that because I have not been clicking a ton of Kyle Williams. ADP of 123. So nice little fall on him there. In some of these poodles, I'll take Jaden Higgins at pick 90, 92. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see him rising a little bit as well. Unless it's just me. I'm the only one doing that. I've gotten too comfy with the running back clicks in this range, so I might go back to, I was thinking I was going to go tight end. Tight end has dried up. I mean, if Penix is there, it sucks, though, because you can't really backstack Michael Penix. That's the hardest part about not having Mooney, London, or Bijan. Okay, what do I do here? Because Penix is going to be there, and I can't backstack him, and I need a quarterback. I don't just want to take Rachaad White. Damn, this feels bad, man. Taking Bryce Young over Michael Penix because I have no way to get to a stack with Michael Penix on this one, and he keeps falling. Why? I've seen him fall in some drafts. I've seen him go at pick 120 in some drafts. The ADP on Michael Penix, I mean, where he gets drafted, it's all over the place. Geno Smith going before him? I mean, Geno Smith's fine too. Is this the Bowers team? Yeah, I get it. So we're all making the same choices here. What is the drafter doing with London? Here, Gav DJ. He already has 3 QBs, and he doesn't want a 4th. So he has no room for Penix. And then the Mooney drafter is over here on the turn, and he's about to get Penix at a huge fall because he only has 1 QB. Zav Lily. As soon as he figures out Penix is there, what are you doing? He takes Tua. Tua to go with H-Han, and it gets Tua and Penix. So I see what he did there. Tua with H-Han, and then Mooney Penix. So you can get Michael Penix at 157, and it seems like huge value in my mind. I had to take Bryce Young. He would have got snatched up if I didn't do it. This is with my next pick. I'm thinking I go back to running back. Although Leggett is there well past ADP. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? My ranks would be Eckler or Dowdle. And I think I might just want to take Dowdle. So Leggett goes right before my pick. Very standard stuff. Thielen's there. I like Thielen as well. I've got a bunch of Dowdle, a bunch of Thielen. I'm going to go Dowdle just because I could potentially get Coker much later if I really wanted to. And I want to team stack the Panthers. Yeah, time. I got 1 Poodle left, so time to get that last Poodle in. Yeah, Ray McLeod does not exist on my board. Hits doesn't exist either. Yo, what up, Tyler? How we doing, brother? Smash the like button. That's so true, Hulk. That's like exactly true. It's wild to see. So kind of one of the tiebreakers for me not going with Thielen there was I don't have a week 14 bye issue with my running backs, but I do have a week 14 bye issue with my receiving room. I've got, Panthers and the Patriots. So if I'm only going to take 8 receivers, or if I'm going to actually take 8 receivers, 4 of them with week 14 bye, it's not the end of the world. Like if he's there on the next pick, I might just do it. If I take Coker later, I might just do it. But also I could be done at wide receiver with those 7. Cam Ward's still there. Stafford's still available. I just can't stack them up. I don't have a way to get there. I don't have a way to play off of that with my limited picks remaining. I'm looking for like a tight end or a running back here. Or Thielen, I guess. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 out of 8. And then in week 14, I'd start Ladd, Jerry Jeudy, Pittman, or Higgins with hopefully flexing a running back. So I think I will just go Thielen here and call it a day. That's the way we're going to do it. I like Thielen. I take a bunch of them. I've got him and T-Mac stacked up. Dowdle, another piece of the Panthers team. Week 14, it's right before the advance. So like I don't want to have a ton of players out in week 14. But I kind of do because I've got 4 Panthers and 2 Patriots. So I'm only going to have 2/3 of my roster active in week 14. Hopefully I have a big lead by then to advance out of this pod. This is the rare scenario. I could consider taking a 9th wide receiver. But like I said, I've got 4 receivers active, including 2 of my top 3 in week 14. And then I've got my 3 best running backs. So hopefully they're all hitting. Kamara hits the flex. and then I'm starting the 3 receivers, and the bye week's not an issue. I think that's the way I'm going to go. We're in round 16. I've got just 3 picks left, and I'm going to have 1 luxury pick, so it could be a 9th receiver, but I don't like taking 9 receivers very often. I can't believe Matthew Stafford's still there. This is like the rare team I don't have Devontae Adams, because I drafted a ton of Devontae Adams, and I don't think I can take I can take Stafford, but okay, I've got some ideas. If I take Stafford, I might need to take 2 more tight ends, because I want to get like Terrence Ferguson, and I've already gotten Tyler Warren. I would need some veteran presence to make me feel good about my tight end room. I mean, Stafford's there. It's like 30 picks past ADP, and I can backstack him a little bit with a few different ways. So, I mean, I was setting up for Daniel Jones. I'm going to go Stafford here. I think it's just a value pick, 30 picks past ADP, and then, like, come on, he's got Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua to throw to. Even though I don't have those pieces, I think it's just a good season-long kind of like advanced piece. Really increase my floor, my weekly floor scoring. Yeah, Tua with Achane and Johnny. Yeah, I like that. I think that works perfectly good. Yo. I would like that. I would like that a lot. How you doing tonight, brother? Hope you're having a good Friday. Keenan Allen, I haven't heard him going to, like, I haven't heard that rumored yet, like that he would go to Atlanta, but I like the way that sounds. It's a question I've tried to ask a lot of people on stream, is like, and Emo Cowboy has mentioned some spots like where he thought he would go. I think we asked Neil on Ballsy earlier on Monday. What the hell? Ferguson goes. Damn, hate to see it. And Jarquez Hunter goes. What is going on? I'm getting sniped left and right with all the picks that I wanted. Seriously, what's going on? What happens? Tutu's there, but it's like my Keenan exposure has been going up a lot. The more and more I've been talking about him with people. Take Conklin there. Do I stop with those 2? Do I take Keenan Allen or Tutu Atwell with my last pick? Or do I tag on Jatavian Sanders or Jawan Johnson? I guess Quorum is there, but that doesn't really make a ton of sense. Interesting stuff. You win some, you lose some. I thought for sure I would have been able to get Terrence Ferguson with that pick that I just took, but he goes pick 194. Incredible. What's up, Jeff T? How you doing? Yeah, I think that's an interesting landing spot. I think Obviously, he would take a piece of like the target share pie if Keenan Allen went to Atlanta. But I don't know if that would be super bad for them. I guess somewhat to Mooney. Stafford reliable. Yeah, what up, Tim D? How you doing, brother? Definitely reliable. What's up, Steve? Appreciate you stopping by. Hope your Friday night's going great. Nice stream earlier today, as always. And some nice articles out this week on the FanSpeak Substack. Great stuff. Let's see. Man, they're all there. Okay. I'm going to take Naked Stafford because there's no one left. Even Tutu went. And then Keenan Allen, JT Sanders. Keenan Allen's going to go undrafted in this one. I don't know. Kind of a crazy build. Not my typical, not what I thought was going to happen with this one. I could have taken Corum, but I don't really take a lot of Corum. It didn't make sense. I could have taken Whittington. Didn't want to do it. Probably Whittington could have been a play. Contingent upside if like Puka goes down or something. Damn, though. Really upsetting that I couldn't get Terrence Ferguson or even Tutu, but I didn't think I was going to take Tutu. I didn't think I was going to take Keenan Allen either. He was just there. Maybe a little bit too strong at wide receiver. A 3-4-9-2 build. Herbert double stacked with McConkey, my first pick in the second round, my second round pick. And Conklin, I got Bryce Young, team stacked with Rico Dowdle, and then a double stack with Tedroy McMillan and Adam Thielen. Matthew Stafford naked. Gibbs, Chase Brown, Alvin Kamara, Rico Dowdle, hyper fragile running back build. And then I got the receivers. I also have Jerry Jeudy, Stephon Diggs in there, Michael Pittman, Jaden Higgins, Kyle Williams. So I have a team stack with the Patriots. I was one pick away from Drake May, and I would never have had to gone down the Matthew Stafford route, but it's fine. Higgins, and then Keenan Allen was my last pick because, I don't know, seeing Keenan Allen not get drafted, it felt like the right time to take him in the 18th round. I didn't really need him on this build, but it was him versus another tight end, and I feel like he could add more value than like some random tight end. So I'll just hope that Tyler Warren's good and Conklin maybe has some touchdown upside when it counts to go with Herbert. That's how that one goes. Wandale to the moon. If you know, you know. Thad, you'll appreciate this. I moved Wan'Dale Robinson up in my ranks from pick 227 to pick 210. So I thought of you when I did that. Yeah, always Allen. Allen in the last round. I would have liked it to be on a build where I didn't have 9 wide receivers. You know, wide receiver 7, wide receiver 8. Yes. Wide receiver 9. I probably shouldn't have taken Kyle Williams. I probably should have gone somewhere else with that pick. But yeah, man, I'm really enjoying the subscription, the articles, and of course your streams as well. So you've been out there streaming a bunch, doing the solo streams and your format. I like that. It's good. And then of course, Best Ball Jeopardy this week was so fun. I've said it like 3 times, but so fun. Should have drafted Bayless Jones. Is he a running back or a receiver right now? I think he's a running back. He is a running back for the Saints. Crazy. Didn't Bayless Jones? Didn't he go to Baylor? No, he went to Tennessee. Who am I thinking of? Who am I thinking of that came out of Baylor in 2022 in that same draft class? It'll come to me. I Can't think of it. Unless Keenan Allen retires, that's the whole point. But if Keenan Allen lands on the Atlanta Falcons, he'll be going ahead of Kyle Williams. Yeah, super fun format, great show. It's fun live. I like to guess along live when I can. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. TC. I want to say Terrence because it looks like Terrence, but it's like Terrence, right? Terrence Charles. I have a buddy Terrence, and so when I see Terrence, I think Terrence. But I appreciate the kind words, man. All about the vibes, all about having fun, getting these drafts in. The whole point of the channel, you know, the garage, is that I was going to be drafting these teams anyways. So I might as well go live. I might as well hang out with y'all in the chat, say what up, be a part of the best ball community, the best community in fantasy football. So I appreciate that. Just here to have fun, draft some teams, chill with the bros. Abram Smith, running back from Baylor. Oh, I do remember him. I'm thinking of a receiver from Baylor. I don't know how I'm gonna find this guy. A wide receiver from Baylor in recent history. Tyquan Thornton. I mean, is it that simple? Was it just Tyquan Thornton that I've been thinking about this whole time? I guess it is the same draft class. It was just Tyquan Thornton. I remember where I was in 2022, watching that college football season, seeing some Baylor games because, of course, in the Big 12, playing Texas. And then Tyquan Thornton, I was familiar with his game. He had a pretty nice season, I think. I think Baylor had a nice season that year. Or at least, even if they didn't, I had a friend who went to Baylor, and I was like talking football with her during the regular season. And I remember in that year, 2022, Tyquan Thornton. Is he draftable in the Chiefs in any format? Have you guys drafted Tyquan Thornton in the year 2025? Oh, Houstonian. That's right. I think we've talked about this before. How you doing with the flash flooding yesterday? I was trying to drive yesterday, and it took me an extra like 40 minutes getting around some of these streets. Yep. Yeah, Jeff T is right on it. So, Thad, do you think he does not retire, right? Like, obviously, you think he doesn't retire. Thad, what would you put the line at? Like, retires or doesn't? Plus or minus, like, he retires plus 1,000? Or he doesn't retire? Like, minus 1,000. I don't know. Corey Coleman, another fun name. That was a little bit earlier on. Corey Coleman, and what was that? Corey Coleman would have been 2016? Or even before that? No. Yep, 2016. Holy shit, I'm good. Been playing this game for too damn long. It's time to win one of these tournaments. Let's get back into an active Best Ball Mania. Boom, we're in here. I'm in the 12 spot. I snuck in again. After this one, and they go by quick. After this one, I'm going to rip a poodle at least. And then maybe get into something else too. We'll see. Yes, they said Josh Gordon's coming back. Flash Gordon. Can't quit you, Josh Gordon. Just can't quit Josh Gordon. Also a Baylor Bear. Hey, what up, Eddie? How you doing? How's your Friday night going? Or am I crazy? Am I insane? Josh Gordon was a Baylor Bear. Please tell. Yeah, I'm not crazy. Dude was so good in his sophomore season in the NFL. That was the whole... That was Johnny Manziel. Didn't he play with Johnny Manziel? That's what it was. Yeah. RG3, shout out. Yeah. Baylor. See, apparently, I think RG3 tried to go to Texas or be recruited by Texas, and they told him he couldn't play quarterback if he went there. Stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's one of the reasons why Mac Brown was shown the door in 2012. Did failure to recruit RG3. You end up with it's hard for me to talk about David Ash. You end up with problems. Case McCoy, not Colt, younger brother Case, started games. Oh, I'm still on the clock. I'm at the turn. Let's go London. Seems fair. I'm going to get London. I want to get my exposure up on some London. So I'm going to go a Monraw London start. I think I have that combo in Best Ball Mania, but we'll find out with the Best Ball overlay. Let's look at the combo tool. My sixth. So this is my seventh Monraw team now. Any with London? No. So there's a great new combo. If I took him with Brian Thomas, I've done that twice already. If I took him with AJ Brown, I've done that once. I've done it with Ladd. Who else would have been there? Achane. I haven't done it with Achane yet. I need to get Achane. And then Bowers. I've done it with Bowers once. So that's all 6 of my combinations I've done with the Monraw. Shout out to the Best Ball overlay. Real-time data insights. And the overlay, like the HUD, for making these choices. Seeing my exposures, my combinations, week 17, week 16, all that good stuff, the stacks. Promo code GARAGE coming soon for Best Ball overlay. In the works, coming soon. But in the meantime, check out Best Ball overlay. Premium subscription tool that I think is a great value. If you're mass entering tournaments, if you're doing a lot of Best Ball, it makes a ton of sense. And I enjoy it, so I recommend it. Eddie, you're in Sugarland? Shout out, brother. You're just south of me. I'm near Bel Air. I'm south of the Galleria. There we go. We got Terrence in here. We got Eddie in here. We had Emo in here earlier. All Houstonians. This Bandit was in here earlier. Another Texan. We had Steph in here earlier. Another Texan. We're rolling deep. I like this. This is good. Good stuff. Yeah, 2016. Shout out. I already knew that one. How many points? 400 points? Jeopardy points? How many points do I get awarded for knowing that? Corey Coleman. Yeah. The arguments for Keenan Allen, I've heard them. There's good arguments. It has been that long. Oh, you're living near Atlanta? Nice. More of a New Yorker of late than Houstonian, but those are my roots. Okay, sweet. Near Atlanta. I'm familiar with Northeast Georgia, so like Gainesville, but I'm not super familiar with Atlanta. I just haven't spent enough time there. Almost flew to Atlanta for the SEC championship game, my Longhorns versus the Georgia Bulldogs. Somehow it's supposed to be neutral, and they set it up to be at the Atlanta Falcons stadium, the dome. I want to say that's Mercedes-Benz, right? Or am I thinking of New Orleans? Is it Atlanta's the Mercedes-Benz? Whatever one it is. But yeah, I almost went to Atlanta just for that. About to be back on the clock. Josh Allen picked 32. Otherwise, pretty standard stuff in this one. So far, nothing crazy. JSN goes a little bit early. I started off with a Monra and Drake London. I think I'm going to go Mike Evans and then take Lamar Jackson. This way, I have no pressure on getting one of these 3 QBs later. Whether it's Baker, I can push him really far and then still probably won't take him because the draft capital of QB is just kind of a lot. Penix would be perfect for this one, and then so Goff wouldn't be bad either. Which reminds me, I drafted T-Mac. I almost took T-Mac in this one too. I drafted T-Mac in the 4th round on that last team and never played the clip. So let's hit, for old time's sake, for the last draft, let's hit the T-Mac clip. Insane. I mean, that second highlight where he's catching the ball in the end zone, one-handed, throwing the defender to the ground, insane stuff. He can do it all over the field, the sideline, over the middle, in the red zone. The dude's a target hog. He's electric with the ball in his hands, the yards after catch. I think he's going to be an instant hit and maybe can turn Bryce Young's career upward in the right direction. Shout out to Dr. B. Harris. Next time he's on, you guys got to remind me. We got to show the T-Mac clip right in his face because burning the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Something that T-Mac was, just destroyed the Raiders, destroyed New Mexico State, but who doesn't? But I guess T-Mac did it better than anyone. 4 touchdowns the very first game, opening weekend last year, when it was Arizona versus New Mexico State. Pretty sure it was 4 touchdowns. UCF game, that was the one with the stiff arm in the end zone. Just sick stuff. That's good. Yeah, I don't either, but I'll take your word for it. I know I snuck one past. These are best ball manias. I'm trying to get my plus EV in, but I will draft some more after this too, so stay tuned. But you know how it goes. I mean, I've done every single one of my best ball manias except for 2 on stream, and I'm at 50. So I gotta sneak some through every once in a while. Rip a poodle. Yeah, ripping poodles. All right, let's make this pick. George Kittle at 38. That's ballsy. Zay Flowers goes 52. Rip. The dream is dead. But my favorite click in the 5th round is still there. Shit. Okay, so do I go Kamara Mixon or do I go Kamara Addison? I'm kind of tempted to go Kamara Addison. I'm going to go Kamara. Do I go Mixon or Addison? I think Addison's really nice on this team. To bring back for Monra and then just like a nice piece
It's hard not to go Mixon. I have to take Mixon. I want Addison there so bad too. Falling value on Mixon. I think Mixon's still good. I'm still in on the Texans offense. Okay, so wasn't the last team I just drafted? What was the last team? It was Gibbs. I was like, why am I having flashbacks to the Lions? I knew it wasn't Amon-Ra, but it was Gibbs. That's how my brain works. I'm just moving on. Ripping the drafts. On to the next one. I'm not going to dwell on the fact that I took a naked Matthew Stafford. It happens. Could have taken Jordan Whittington, but I took Keenan Allen instead. Hey, maybe Keenan Allen goes to the Rams. Wouldn't that be sick? If it does, oh god, that team could be decent. Let's go. You know it. Yeah. Atlanta is Mercedes-Benz. Athens isn't too far away. Also, Terrence, the Week 17 game in Atlanta with the Rams at the Falcons, it's on Monday Night Football. So I've always been saying, I don't know if you've heard me say it before, I always want pieces of Rams and Falcons on my teams, because if I'm sweating the finals and it's the Monday night and I've got players in that game remaining and I'm like close to winning something big, I'm going to buy tickets day of, fly to Atlanta, go to the game and sweat it out in person. So that's my plan. So I've got a lot of exposure to Rams and Falcons as it is, but then when I figured out there was also the Monday Night Football game in Week 17, I was like, say less. I mean, I probably should just buy the ticket now. Save some money. And then I'll come crash on your couch. Actually, you can come to the game too. If we're in the Best Ball Mania finals trying to win some money, I'm bringing everyone with me. Anyone who's in the Atlanta area, we're gonna go to the game. We just have to be like, in the money. Yeah, Mike Evans, he's an Aggie, but still, Texas boy. I don't hate on the Aggies. I got like half my friends from high school are Aggies. A lot of my friends are still Aggies. We don't judge them, but it's pretty easy it's too easy to dunk on them. I mean, what's the yell leader? That ends every conversation. I'm in a bar and one of my brother's friends who's an Aggie, I think they're much younger. They're trying to talk about who was it going into last football season. This was like before the season. This was last spring. Make this pick. Mooney and Egbuka. Oh my god, that's the combo. It's hard to pass up on Pollard though. And Baker's there. But I've got Lamar, so obviously. So Mooney's gonna hit. Boom. Let's get that. And then Pollard or Aaron Jones or Egbuka. Damn. It's hard for me to pass on Pollard. I really like Egbuka, but I think I just need to go Pollard here. And keep this team balanced and really strong in the running backs and the receivers. I like Egbuka, but I guess, God, I don't have to have him on every team. Okay, so where were we? We're at the bar. We're in Fort Worth. We're on Broad, whatever their street's called in Fort Worth. Their downtown street level bars. Hanging out. My brother's friend group. I'm visiting him. One of his buddies from high school was then an Aggie. And, you know, they're all working now. We're all older, but they're much younger than me. And the buddy was talking up the Aggie season going into 2024 football season. And what was the name of the Aggies quarterback? The one who they benched and they shipped out of town. I think he goes to U of H now. I'll remember it when I'll think of it, but it's just the guy was trying to sell me on that quarterback being like the next big quarterback in college football. And I was just like, not a chance. Not a chance in hell. And what happens? The Aggies suck. They bench their quarterback. He transfers out. And the Aggies also scored approximately 0 touchdowns against Texas stout defense in 2024. Maybe next year. Maybe they'll score a touchdown next year. Next year they're playing in Austin. Last year it was in College Station. So odds are 0 for 2. No touchdowns. No luck. I got a lot of screenshots from TexAg, which is like their forum, their message board. It's like premium. You have to pay monthly to be in or annually to be a part of it. But it was just on Longhorn Twitter. We were all just kind of laughing because you'd see screenshots from their forums and they're freaking out. After we stole their baseball coach, we destroyed them in football, you know, contended for the SEC championship title. Our first year in the SEC, they've never even been to that championship game, and making a college football playoff that they've never been a part of. Their fans were like calling for them to leave the SEC and move back to the Big 12 or some other conference. Hilarious. So shout out to all my Aggies out there. Feel bad for you. But also, don't feel that bad. That was a long rant. I'll think of his name. Let me make this pick and I'll think of the name of... Oh, Baker almost came back. See, that's why you got to push Baker. I'll think of the name of the quarterback. You guys know it. You've already said in the chat. I'll have to catch up. He's the quarterback for the Aggies that they benched. Bateman's there. That's the easy click. I think I need another receiver. I feel really strong at running back, so I'm gonna keep hammering the wide receivers. I was thinking, I was like, I knew Mark Andrews wasn't there, but for some reason in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, there's one more player I should be clicking, because I knew that I was looking for Mark Andrews at this point, but I mean, long gone. He's been rising a little bit. He goes at 95 in this one, probably where he should be going. I still get Bateman though, so I save the day with Lamar Jackson. You don't always have to stack Lamar Jackson too. You can take him naked. Luther Burden, stud. He'll be fine. He'll be ready to start this season. He's not going to be injured. The soft tissue thing, he fell on a football during one of the practices. He'll be fine. Not worried. Yeah, I think Kamara's completely quarterback proof. I hope. I think so. I mean, if it's Rattler or Shuck and they're just checking down the ball, we know Kamara is the check down, target number one. But I think Kamara is just that good. There was one year when it was the suspension for Kamara, and we didn't know how long he was going to be suspended. So I think it was 2023, right? Ended up being what, suspended 2 games, and I was fading him that season. Stupid. Never fade Kamara. Haven't drafted Kamara yet. He's like my favorite click in the 5th round. I'll take him on every team I can get him on. Just imagine it's week 1 battle royales or week 1 for DFS. You're setting your lineup. Is Kamara going to be drafted in these battle royales? A top 60 pick? Yes. He's going to be going probably in the top 40 picks, if not higher. And then for DFS, like, he's going to be expensive too. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Rattler's good. Rattler's not that good. I watched Rattler play at OU. Caleb Williams took his job, and then he ends up playing for South Carolina. He was kind of disappointment. I think Rattler was more hype than substance, but we'll see. There's a lot of young, up and coming like QBs in the NFL that could do something. Okay, so Goff is gone. I don't think I should reach for Penix, but if I don't take him, I have to push him to 156, and I guess I do that. Tootin's there. That seems fun. Loveland is still there. Okay. Okay, yeah. It's going to be Tootin. I just had to click through and really think through this one because it's kind of a... Being at the turn is nice because I can take some breaks, but I really got to think through these picks and like what I have spots left to do later. So I've got a team stack with the Bears. The 2 rookies, the 2 cheapest pieces, probably the 2 best pieces going forward on that Bears offense. It's going to be Burden and Loveland for the next 4 or 5 years in the Bears offense. And those are the pieces you're going to want. It's not a Dunze. It's not DJ Moore anymore. Swift, they'll use him this year. Maybe he's not there next year. So I'm getting ahead of the curve. I want Luther Burden. I want Colston Loveland if I'm going to invest in the Bears offense at all. And they're not even a good team. They're hoping to turn the page and be a good team next year, but it's not even like a sure thing. And a lot of the Bears pieces are priced in as if they're already this good team. They're the Bears. They're trying not to be the last team with their record in the NFC North. That's what they're competing for. But also, sometimes bad teams are good for fantasy. Yo, what up, Cole? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a great Friday night. Oh, just God, Penix goes 141 in this one to the Bijan drafter. Nope. Completely unstacked Penix at 141, ahead of ADP. God. Nothing's good. It's all right. I'm not actually that mad. Nothing's really going my way on this one, though. The last draft, too. That's why you gotta make it. You gotta make it happen. I almost considered just taking Penix there because I had the double stack, but whatever. At least I have Lamar Jackson. I can still benefit from Penix being good by having his 2 best pass catchers with London and Mooney. The fact that I don't have Penix stacked is actually fine. I can just play it through the team stack with the Falcons receivers. And then, Lamar Jackson is the guy you need. He can definitely outscore Penix, even if London or Mooney is going off and breaking the slate in a week. but just hate to see it. I don't have any great stacking partners remaining. I'll figure something out with this pick. Another Stafford team. Oh, the week 5 bye overlap's gonna suck. I mean, I might just do it and then get 3. It's hard to backstack Cam Ward. Oh, obvious pick. Oh, I mean, I should have been looking at wide receiver the whole time. Obvious pick there. A little bit of an issue with the week 5 bye overlap that I'm getting into, which I got into the week 14 bye overlap last time, but you know, Aaron Jones you need to back up with Mason. Aaron Jones you need to back up with Mason. I drafted a ton of Mason. I like Mason a lot. I think he's a really, really good, one of the best running backs in the league, actually. Pure runners. Third in the NFL in rushing yards, going into week 8 last season behind Saquon and Derrick Henry. Dealt with some injuries. I think he's good. I drafted a ton of Jordan Mason. So this one, I've got London, Mooney, Burden, and Dobbs. So out of my 7 receivers, I've got 4 of them with the week 5 bye, and then both of my tight ends. Luckily, the running backs are pretty strong, so not too worried about. Even in week 5, I could cover the 3 wide receiver spots with the Monra, Mike Evans, and Bateman, and feel pretty good about it. And I'll probably tack on 1 more receiver and 1 more tight end, which means through my first 14 picks, I've got 5 picks left. One of them's a receiver, one of them's a tight end, maybe another running back, and then, of course, another quarterback at some point. We'll figure it out. QBs go, there's such a high variance where they go, like, drafted. Aaron Rodgers goes pick 170. You can't. Half the reason I took Freiermuth was to get Rodgers because I knew he'd be there. Can't predict these things. I'll figure it out. All I need is Lamar Jackson, so I'll be good either way. I can't sleep on your couch. Then offer rescinded. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry, I've got Marriott points. We'll stay at the Courtyard. The way I casually crush A&M, yeah, I've been doing it my whole life. I grew up in Houston. Every other house, every other family, every other person I run into is an Aggie, so I know how to take them down. Last time they won a natty in any sport, it was equestrian. And that's not even... The athlete's the horse, not even a person. So that was 90 years ago, whatever. This makes a lot of sense. Okay, sweet. I'm going to do this. Boom. Guys, never a doubt. Not even sweating it. We get sniped on a falling Baker. We get sniped by a drafter taking unstacked Michael Penix ahead of ADP. You know, Caleb Williams didn't come back around. Aaron Rodgers got sniped 20 picks ahead of ADP. Never a doubt, though. I get to Alec Pierce. I'm actually pretty high on. I take a lot of Alec Pierce. He's just good. Cincinnati Bearcats. with Daniel Jones at the turn ahead of ADP, but hey, get your guys. Draft capital, negligible at this point. $1 auction bid after the 13th round. So 14 and on, get your guys, whatever you need. I need a Daniel Jones to make this team work. I get him with Alec Pierce. I've already got the bring back with Bashal Tootin. You'd love to see a plan come together. And then Lamar Jackson, I forgot that earlier I took Dobbs. And half the reason was that is because Dobbs is like a good pick there, I think, but also a bring back for my Baltimore game. Doesn't hurt. Not required, but doesn't hurt. Kind of fun. What do I need? I need one more tight end, and then I have a luxury pick. I know. What up, Rabona? How you doing? Hope your Friday night's going well. Thanks for being here. What are you drafting? This is a 20-second Best Ball Mania. After this, I'm going to rip my last poodle. So, in like 30 seconds. No, not literally. Literally like 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. We're going to rip a poodle on stream. So stick around, jump in. It's my last poodle. I'm happy to draft it with y'all. But I snuck into this Best Ball Mania. Second one of the night. It's going good. It's going pretty good. I know. Crazy things happen in these rooms. Even in the Best Ball Manias, crazy things happen. It's like, what's going on? The suck guys. Little CBK, I know you got your big M there in Michigan. Hilarious. The Southern Charm. Some say. No, I hate the Buckeyes fans. One of the worst fan bases. Sorry if you're a Buckeye out there. Sorry, but you know what I'm talking about. Terrible fans. I experienced them. I was at the college football semifinal game in Jerry World in Arlington, aka Dallas, Texas. Texas Longhorns taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes, and I didn't appreciate their fans very much. Could have been better. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Justice Hill seems like a smash pick. And what else do I need? I need a tight end, right? Schultz is still there. Did I take on this one? Did I take? I don't have any Texans. I will go Hill, and then I need to figure out my last pick. I think it's just Dalton Schultz. I'm not going to... I thought about taking Terrence Ferguson because I've got so many I've got so many Falcons on this one, so it's kind of like a little mini bring back for that. But I'm not going to force that. And then my whole thing was, I think Terrence Ferguson, I think they'll use him, but are they going to be using him a ton in week 5 when I need some bye overlap coverage? I don't know. So it'd be like a week 17 play, maybe not the best week 5 play. Maybe Ferguson's good the whole time. Maybe he's splitting too much with Higbee early on. Hard to say. So I took Schultz. I think it's just a decent to fine pick there. I don't want a lot of Schultz, but I'll take some. I've had a lot of Schultz. I mean, his ADP fell a bunch, but he was like my easy click last round tight end or second to last round tight end for probably like the first month of Best Ball Mania. 2583 team, Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, got Kamara, Mixon. Oh, I have Mixon, so that makes sense. I knew I had a Texan on this one, so I got a team stack at least with Houston. That makes me feel a little bit better. Pollard with Kamara for like the mini. That's a fun combo. I take a lot of Pollard with Kamara. I'm on the back half of the board. Tootin is a bring back in week 17. Justice Hill to go with my Ravens. Amon-Ra, London, Evans, Mooney, Bateman stacked. Burden, rookie upside. Dobbs, the bring back, which is probably a good pick. Pierce stacked up. So I did accomplish getting at least one rookie wide receiver I also took 1 rookie running back, and then the 3 tight ends with one of the like highest draft capital rookie skill position players that went in the entire draft, Colston Loveland, and then the veterans Freiermuth and Schultz. This is a solid team. This will work. I would have liked Penix, but Daniel Jones saved the day. I think this one plays. Let's get into a 20-second poodle. It's my last one. I'm going to join it now. I'm going to enter. Let's see how full it is. 95.2. I'm going to enter in the chat. So if you see it in the chat, hit enter, and then you'll know. And then I'm going to hit enter on the screen. I'm going to catch up with y'all. Boom. Waiting on 6. Let's go. Let's see. Performed, how far away from average draft position the Best Ball Mania winners got at the time of their respective draft? So like in like good or bad, like closing line value, did they have like good closing line value on their ADPs or bad? People have looked at this. Billy Jones has the data from every past Best Ball Mania, and he has been putting together some graphics and things. So make sure you follow Billy Jones on Twitter at I'm gonna get it. Because he and I were talking about this recently. And he was on the stream last month. I gotta get him back on actually. I'm gonna link his Twitter at SportsVizBJ Billy Jones. I'm gonna put it in the chat now. Message Billy Jones on Twitter. And you don't even have to DM him. You can just like message him. You can like at him and ask him to look into something to query his Best Ball Mania database or his database of the Best Ball Mania data and query your specific ask. And I think he should be able to get into it. I don't know 100% if the database tracks the ADP and like the value, but we might be able to put it together, at least if it's a small sample size of like past winners. Like we look back like the last 2-3 years at least and figure it out. But I think this has been done, but also Billy has the data. So good question. Yeah, Bears are going to, so let me show my Bears exposure. 6% DJ Moore, 6% Swift, not one Adunze. And this is only Best Ball Mania. So I need to let me just update to all tournaments now. Hartman and I got to draft some more Best Ball Manias. That's the only way I'm ever going to get Adunze. So 2% DJ Moore, 7% Swift, 1% Adunze across all tournaments, 13% Burden. Take the cheaper receiver who's got the most upside. Caleb Williams, 1%. I think he's a little bit expensive. Loveland, 16%. They just spent a first-round draft pick on him. Perfect landing spot for him. Perfect situation. Yeah, Komet's there, but running backs, tight ends, a lot of guys are splitting work. A little bit of Roshan. So if you're heavily invested in Adunze or DJ Moore, I would be worried. Or even Caleb Williams. I would be worried, personally. But I'm the guy who's taking Alvin Kamara in the 5th round. So what do I know? Ahead of Rome Odunze every time. I kind of did want McCaffrey there. That'd have been fun. I don't want to be. It's so hard. I want Nico. I don't want to be completely out on Neighbors. But I'm gonna go Nico Collins again. It's hard because I also want to go Neighbors. But I'm gonna get some more Nico Collins and then refresh and check my combos for my next pick. Man, y'all must have maxed the poodle. Y'all must have maxed it already. This is my last one. Last poodle to go. So Nico with London I have a little bit of that. With Achan, I have a tiny bit of that. I could use more. I don't know if I have him with Bowers. I don't have him with Bowers. So it's Achan or Bowers. Let me get something I don't already have. Let me get a Nico Bowers team. How do I not have that? In all tournaments? I need to get more Nico Achan too, but I will eventually. Nico Bowers is interesting. Yeah, I think there's different factions. We have different sides. People who like the Bears for different reasons. They like the Bears too much. I'm cautiously optimistic with the Bears. I think they can be a middle of the pack team. Yeah. Billy, he was just tweeting out some Best Ball Mania data viz stuff literally like in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, and me and him are DMing about it and stuff. And he's always saying that he's open to suggestions and like looking up and querying new things because he wants to use this data. So see if he can look into that some of that stuff. I think he'd be open to it. And I got to get him back on the stream too. He's always fun to have on. Draft some teams, talk some ball. I was looking up my best ball manias because I've only ever taken Ricky Pearsall. So I haven't taken any of Dunze, but I've only ever taken Ricky Pearsall when I have guests on who want to like take Ricky. One of them was Meg. One of them was Billy Jones. So I have like 2 Ricky Pearsall best ball mania teams, and I'm like, how did this happen? But I'm open to it as long as somebody else is suggesting it. I don't really get there myself. There we go, Eddie. Incredible. Love it. Appreciate you being here, drafting with me. Let's get it, brother. Eddie, how many poodles have you done? How far are you in to the poodles? Oh, McCaffrey? Yeah, that's fine. No, it's totally cool. No, McCaffrey at 9 is a great pick. War Pigs took Monra a little bit early, nothing crazy. Yeah, the old man backs. I think it's fun. The geriatric build. What's up, FFE? How you doing? Hope you're having a great Friday night. Let's get it. It's Nico and Bowers, and then Nico and Bowers. I might just go JSN. I don't get a whole lot of JSN. He has been falling. I have him ranked pretty low, so this is a good spot for me to take him. All of the players ahead, I would have taken ahead of him. So it was like the perfect timing to take him. And it kind of fits this build too because I need another receiver who's going to get a lot of targets, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to play this one. If I go like a true 0 running back or something with this. There's a certain player, if he's there, I'll just take him. Let's see what heavy hitter does. He takes Kyron. I was going to take Kyron. I might just pull up Hampton here and do that. Boom. Amari and Hampton, welcome to the squad. I thought about going like 0 RB, and maybe I'll get back into doing more 0 RB builds soon. But right now, I'm not really doing it as much. Doing more balanced teams is what I've been building a lot of this summer. Yo, what up, Brandon? How you doing? Hope you're having a great Friday night. This is a poodle. It's a 20-second poodle on Underdog. It's my last one. It's my 20th one. So I'm maxing the poodle tonight. And we're ripping this one. Done 5. Nice. I mean, it's gonna close tomorrow by lunchtime, most likely. It's like 95% filled. It might just close tonight. But just get a few in. I like the Poodle. I've been in the finals for the Poodle each of the last 2 years. In 2023, I got 7th in the Poodle, and then last year I had one team in the Poodle finals, and I think it finished like 115 or something. I'd have to look it up. I don't even remember, but it was not significant enough for me to like care how it finished. So it was kind of sad, but yeah, Poodle's a good tournament. Easy to advance. Also, oh, wrong one. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And follow me on Twitter right here at FFP Garage. Back at it. Let's put the tunes back on. I think I want... We'll just stick to the usual for right. Too easy. Too easy. I have him ranked 49. I'm taking him at ADP. This game is beatable. I've got 18% Chimera across all tournaments. Feels good. Too easy. And I'm going to chill at running back for a while. I need to get another receiver. Hoping Addison's there. Oof. Whoops. I'm just queuing up like every player available. I don't even have that many picks to go into my next one, but I've queued up a ton of players. I don't know why. Looking for good luck. Pick 63. I'm cool with going either Judy or Olave. I do have Chimera, so getting Olave is a kind of big bet on the Saints that I don't know if I want to take that with that much draft capital, so I'm hoping Judy could be there. If not, Godwin was an option too. But I've been taking Judy over Godwin. I just worry about the injury coming back and stuff. Although I like Godwin's situation better, potentially. Just a better team. Going to be passing more. It's hard not to go Harvey or Connor or Henderson. I think those are all really, really good clicks there. But structurally, I wanted to go with a receiver, so I take Jerry Jeudy, and hopefully he can repeat the magic that he had last year. But it's a different situation for him. Going to have a different quarterback, so tough to know. Through my first 6 picks, I've got a 2 running back with Amari Hampton and Alvin Kamara, 3 wide receivers, Nico Collins, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Jerry Jeudy, and then Brock Bowers for the elite tight end. Rough Buff Fire takes Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow with Chase Brown. Interesting. Gotcha. People have looked into this. Mike Leone's Best Ball Manifesto. I'm sure you've read it. I'm sure you're aware. But if you haven't read it before, if you haven't checked it out, go search for Mike Leone, the Establish the Run Best Ball Manifesto. It's something that I read at least twice, if not more, all the way through every single best ball summer. And I have it bookmarked and I reference it all the time. You can see a snippet from it right here. Boom. Okay. Well, Doxed. Okay, so this is a snippet from it, right? Mike Leone and Michael O'Leary put this together. The ADP draft capital curve. So this kind of speaks to kind of what you're talking about, Paul, a little bit. But there's an entire section in the manifesto on ADP versus and draft capital, and how draft capital is allocated between the positional groups, how ADP works, and closing line value for how successful teams have been historically. I think the original research was through Best Ball Mania 1, 2, and 3, and then he revised it with Best Ball Mania 4 data, I think is what it shows. So it's pretty good, but that's another place to look. That's another place I would look to get those kind of questions answered. Man, if Judkins is there, I feel like I almost have to take him, and I want to. But also Golden's there, and I kind of need a receiver too, and Golden's there, and Golden won't be there at my next pick, but there's some running backs I like with my next pick. I think it's just Judkins. It's just too much value, and I want Judkins. I like Judkins. Team stack, Jerry Jeudy, Judkins, 9 picks past ADP. Could have gotten Matthew Golden, 5 picks past ADP. I've got a lot of Golden. I've got a lot of Judkins too. Judkins on the thumbnail today, so shout out to that. We made it work. Back on the clock. I think it's just Ibuka. So the difference there, it's like I could have gotten Golden with it would have had to have been like Mason or Hawkinson, or I get Ibuka with Quinshon Judkins. So I think that the answer is pretty obvious there. That not to pass up on Quinshon Judkins was a good choice. Also, make sure you vote in the poll. That reminds me, I just drafted Quinshon Judkins. Vote in the poll if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to close the poll now, so let's do that. So get your last votes in. 1, 2, 3. Get the votes in. I'm surprised what I'm seeing. I'm going to close the poll soon. I think we can get a few more votes in. It's only at 32 votes in the poll. So I'll give you like 10 more seconds to vote if you want to. The question of the day, Quinshon Judkins or Caleb Johnson? And we talked a little bit about it in the earlier streams too. The earlier drafts, I mean. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll now. Boom. The result. 65% like Caleb Johnson better than Quinshon Judkins. I'm kind of surprised. I'm more in on Quinshon. This is good. This is good intel. So Judkins went 82. Caleb Johnson went 69. Wow. I'll have to look at the ADPs after this. I have my rank set up, and I've been drafting all my ranks. Have I just been not aware of what's going on with that? Trey Harris is a great pick here, and then might go tight end if I can. Mm. I don't want to jinx it. Nice. I'll take Brandon Ayuk. No. What is that? Pick 111, ADP 87. So I'm getting him like 24 picks past ADP. That's pretty decent. And he's going to be injured, of course, and maybe on the pup to start the season. But he's my wide receiver 6. So I really like that. I just wish he had an earlier bye week. The fact he has a week 14 bye week and he's going to miss like 5 or 6 or 7 games or whatever, kind of not great, but I can afford it on this team. I definitely didn't need the tight end, so I'm kind of happy I didn't do that. Looking for maybe Geno Smith late. Nice. Yo, what up, Putt Daddy? How you doing? Did you make any picks for this week at the Rocket Classic? I don't know if we've already talked about this. If we had talked about like picks for this one. I picked who did I pick? I picked Rasmus Højgaard this week. I think he's doing fine. You know, for my Pat Mayo one and done tournament, I'm not doing that great. I'm behind the median. I'm behind the middle, and it only pays out like the top 10% or 12%. So people still have poodles yet. This is my last poodle, so here's my last one. But yeah, you're funny. It's been open for like 3 days. It's been open like literally like less than a week. Craziness. Yo, what up? Crossface, the Lucky Cat shirt. It's somewhere around here. Actually, it's in my laundry hamper in the room, but I wore it last night. Shout out to Russian Blues. Shout out to, what are they called? I already forgot. Remind me. They're called starts with a T. I'm gonna look it up. Korat. Starts with a K. Korat. I looked it up. Shout out to Korats. I mean, if Burden's there, 15 picks past ADP, I'm going to take Burden too. I like Burden. I think Burden's great. True breakout year in college as a sophomore at Mizzou. Last year wasn't as good. Dealt with, bad offense, potentially bad QB play, and I think that's I think he's still super talented. So I've got Amika Egbuka, Trey Harris, and Luther Burden. Crazy how their ADPs have changed and evolved since the big board. Burden at 130 here, insane. I can still get Stroud, so it's looking good. One 371 build through my first 12 picks. I'm feeling good about this one. This poodle. We're cooking. Brock Bowers, Nico Collins play each other in Houston in week 16 in the Dome. at NRG Stadium. We've also got a mini in Week 17 between Burden and Ayuk. Bring back with Trey Harris in Week 17 against Houston in LA at SoFi. Mika Igbukah, some rookie upside. Jerry Jeudy, maybe the top target on his team. You'd hope so. JSN, similar thing as Jeudy. Nico Collins, first pick, stacked up with Stroud. Judkins, team stack with Jeudy. And a nice little value on Judkins, too. Kamara won't stop. Can't stop clicking Alvin Kamara. Always good for fantasy. Think about it. You don't have to think that hard. He's never been bad for fantasy. Even without the touchdowns, he does it with volume, with receptions, with yardage totals. He's got a high floor because he catches so many passes. And he has the ceiling with the touchdowns. Omarion Hampton could just be the next great running back in the league on the Chargers. So I like this build so far. It's looking good. I got to figure out what to do with my next QB pick, though. Who do I go for? Darnold or what? I mean, obviously Geno. I think Geno's the play. Geno's still available. Yep. Crazy that Trevor Lawrence is there, but I don't think I can use Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to take Geno and figure it out because it's not that far ahead of ADP. I don't want to risk losing him on these in-between picks. I knew these guys would take like Penix and Lawrence probably, but because of their stacks, I just don't know what. Like, I need to figure out what other pick I would need to make anyways. I wasn't going to take Palmer. I wasn't going to take those two QBs. Should I go likely? Or Freiermuth? Running back wise, I'm not crazy about the options that are available. I'm going to keep pushing running back. I'm going to go likely here, I think, for some upside, and then another nice ADP pickup there. I didn't need any of those wide receivers or running backs, really. I feel really strong about my top 3 running backs. So it was QB and tight end time. And then now I can pick up fallers on running backs or just take a lot of late guys. Got 4 picks left. We're ripping through this 22nd poodle. Let's go. Incredible. A multi-sport draft lead, multi-tabling. Eddie can do it all. Yo, what up, James Young? How you doing, brother? Got a Saquon, AJ Brown, Bowers start, and an Elam. That's pretty sick. So, Bowers and AJ Brown fell. That's wild. That sounds really strong. Yeah, the Korat. Shout out to Korats. Hilarious. This week, I learned what a Korat is. A Korat, it's a cat that Crossface has. It is a very specific breed of cat from Thailand that's thousands of years old, or 1,000 years old. And they're gray, really good looking cat. We did some cat research. I think that was the stream on. It's been like a week. It was like earlier this week. I think that was either Sunday night or Monday. No, maybe Sunday. Could have been Tuesday. Who knows? Thornton goes. I would have considered him late, but not a chance. Wow, and just like that, it's no running backs available. Oof. Well, I don't know. I'll grab Strange. Seems like a lot of upside. Likely Bauer Strange. Nice little value on Strange. You know. Another 13 picks falling. Three picks left. Done at tight end. Do I need another QB? Stafford's there. Taking Jarquez Hunter. I don't think I'm going to take a potential third QB because I want to keep grabbing running backs at this point just to get late guys with upside. Stafford goes 185. Pretty crazy stuff. It's hard to know when you enter a room if the QBs are going to go early or late, ahead of ADP or after. I kind of, in some of these smaller tournaments, want to play QB chicken with the room where it's like, I don't take my first QB until I get Stafford at 185. Most of the time, it just doesn't make sense because there's not even that many like quality picks in the range of like one. If you're not taking a quarterback, there's not that many quality picks in the 13th round. So you might as well just take one. I have one in mind, though. I think I can be done at receiver. So I'm probably done at receiver. I'd like another running back. But I could go hyper fragile with these four. It'd be kind of sick. I'm definitely done at tight end. I could have stopped with two, but Strange seemed like a nice value, and I didn't really have another pick in mind to go there. So I have two picks left. I think I know what I want to do. I'm hoping it works out. We'll see. Yo, what up, A-Rod? Go ahead and pack it up. James won the Elam. Yeah, that's a Saquon, Brown, and Bowers, and then Elam. That's really strong. We might have to see that team. You might have to share that one and tag me on Twitter. I might have to see that one. See how it ended up. Because that seems like a team that you would guarantee was going to get through in advance for a while. hard to know when that one would meet its end. So because I have JSN, makes a ton of sense to go Darnold here. Three QBs, 4 running backs, 7 receivers, 3 tight ends. Do I stop with the 4 running backs? Do I get one more running back? I think I'm good at receiver. I got to bring back with Coker. It's kind of fun. Keenan Allen's still there. I took him last time. Probably shouldn't have done it. I think this is my pick, though. Seems weird, but I think Mostert is my pick. This is, like, I've never drafted a team that fit Mostert so well. Where I've got Geno Smith. I need a running back. He's going to have a role. Of course, he's behind Genty, but he's going to have a role too. Either him or Coker or Allen. I don't need Allen. I don't need Coker or Sampson. Sampson could work also because I've got Judkins just lock up the Browns running back room, but I'm just going to spread it around and go Mostert, which seems like a weird pick, but maybe he can have a second go in Las Vegas. And what I'm reading from the Coach Speak Index Discord related to the Raiders, and it's the last time they talked, one of the more recent times in the last couple of weeks, they talk about using Raheem Mostert and having a role for him. So I think I don't know that Genty's going to play like 80% of snaps, like some huge number, like some Kyron type of number. So Kyron plays the most snaps, and then Saquon is like number 2. Snap share, 88% for Kyron. For Saquon, it's like 80%, 82%. No, sorry, he was 5th. I'm thinking opportunity share. He's about 80%. 5th in snap share among running backs. So I think Genty, best case scenario is like around this 75%. I think Henry's was lower actually. Henry was just efficient. I think his was actually lower. Henry was at 58%. So imagine Genty somewhere between 58% snap share and 75% snap share. Worst case scenario, Mostert's handling, and there's still Zamir White there, but I don't think they actually use him very much. I think he's like a true backup depth piece. After what we saw them try to do with Zamir White last year, and it didn't work out. New coaching staff, new things. So if it's the Saquon scenario for Genty, Mostert's playing 20-25% of snaps. That's not great. If it's this scenario, it's the Derrick Henry scenario, he's playing probably 40% of snaps, which could be pretty nice. And if we think about what the role was for Hill, %. Also on a team that runs the second most, so that probably didn't hurt either. And he's doing it in the receiving game. Compared to Mostert, didn't have a great year last year. Goes from 21 touchdowns to 2. Who would have seen that coming? Literally everyone. I mean, think back to Jamal Williams on the Lions. Think back to pretty much a different running back every year. Gus Edwards did a version of that. Hopefully Dobbins doesn't do a version of that. Mostert, though. Excuse me. Mostert was already playing 30% of snaps last year. A different scenario. He could easily do that again, maybe even more. But he did make the most of it. Not as good of a situation as Hill. It's a different team now, though, so these things can all change. Mostert's 1 year removed from being a winner in fantasy. Kind of a late bloomer anyways. Raheem must start. Circa 2023. So yeah, just another piece on the Raiders. Week 7's gonna suck for me. Eddie must have a lot. Let's look at his team real quick. Must have a lot of overlap with week 7. Incredible. Yeah, Derrick Henry, James Cook, Justice Hill, and so yeah. But you know, Pacheco and McCaffrey will hold it down. You'll be fine. That's not terrible. I've done much worse. I've done much worse tonight. I mean, I that last team with the week 5 buys and the one before that with the week 14 buys. Yeah, I would take Dylan Sampson over Jerome Ford for me. You want another QB? I think I need to get more Sampson. I just haven't been clicking him since the big board. If I look at Quinshawn, I have him ranked 69 overall. He goes 73. If I look up Caleb, he goes 75. I have him ranked 80. What did I have? Did I say 69 for Quinshawn? Yes, 69 versus 80. So I have him ranked pretty differently. But compared to ADP, I have Quinshawn a lot ahead of ADP and Caleb further behind. It is kind of interesting. That's a really interesting poll result from the poll that I wasn't really expecting. So we did it. We maxed the poodle. Incredible. Raheem Olds Dirt. Raheem Dust Dirt. You have to see it. Raheem Dust Dirt. Yeah, I've been kind of waiting to take Raheem Mostert on a team, though. So this is kind of the one that fit. Otherwise, I would have just ended up taking... I could have taken MVS. I could have taken Emmanuel Wilson or Dylan Sampson. Jordan James. Samaje Perine. Sean Tucker. I had some options. Hey yo, what up, Pat? How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a great Friday night. Are you ripping these poodles? It's gonna close soon. This is the last poodle here. The last poodle just maxed it. Getting them in. On to the Pitbull, I guess, is next. I did 2 Best Ball Manias earlier tonight, and then just got in this last 20 of 20 poodle. Unfortunately, I was worried it was going to fill before I could get to them, so I did 3 slows. So I do have 3 slow poodles going, but those will probably last like 3 weeks. Maybe it just gives me some more insight on some late breaking news that I can leverage. But Raheem Crust Most. Now you lost me on that one. I like Raheem Dustert. I have a pre-scheduled drop team with Eagles Bucks stack, but have like 10 or 11 people in bye week 9. Well, Eddie, famously, you don't win any money in week 9, but you do have to get to week 15. So I understand the sentiment, but I think you'll be all right. Kind of fun. Sometimes it's fun to like stack the buys in a way and just punt either a tight end bye week or a situation where you have like too many players on bye. As long as you can field a flex, you'll be all right. Need to. Yeah, these poodles are going to be filling. Got to get in there. It's the last night. It's going to fill tomorrow for sure. Probably about lunchtime. If not tonight. We'll just check the fill rate, right? So it was 95%. Now it's 96%. And that was before the draft started. So it's filling 1% per hour. This thing is going to be filled by the time we wake up, or lunchtime at the latest. Yeah, I think the Poodle's a pretty good tournament with nice advanced structure, Eddie. So like 2 out of 12, 1, 6, 1, 5, 3, 10. All of that's very appealing. 310 is not bad. To have an outcome where you're top 20 out of 310 or even top 30 could be pretty nice for maxing something that's $140. That's where I'm at with this. I like the Poodle. I will try to max Poodles at 10 on the Poodle. I mean, even if you don't max it, 10 is a decent number. Getting in some volume. It's a good tournament to get some volume in. Spread around your entries into different tournament structures if you're doing a bunch. Yo, GM Bindles, what up? What's up, my guy? Ooh, getting late. Feeling good, though. What's going on, Bindles? How's your Friday night? Just joined 17 slows. No. Slow draft hell. That's what I was trying to avoid. I'm in 3 slows for the Poodle, and I already know they're going to last like the next 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks long. I have German Shepherds slows that haven't finished yet. I'm so sick of those. And speaking of, well, I'll do a quick review of this team. I guess we already kind of reviewed it, but yeah, Pounders. I don't do weekly winners. I did them when it premiered in 2023. It's just not my favorite format. So I'm going to use my bankroll towards other tournaments, more standard formats. But I appreciate the weekly winners. I like to listen to some of the strategies that people do on them and things. And I think it's fun to think about. But it's just not my favorite tournament to enter. Superflex, I did 3 with Huhames, and I might do some with some guests in the future. But I'm not really planning on doing much Superflex volume here. And then Eliminator, I'm a big fan of. If you follow me on Twitter, at FFB Garage, follow me on Twitter. My pinned post right now is all about Eliminator strategy. I've only done like, I don't know. I've done some number of Eliminators. I forget. Maybe I've done 15 or something like that, whatever it is. I'm going to slow on them for a bit. I like doing them with guests because it's super fun. But I'm going to slow on them a bit. One thing Neil said on Monday on the Ballsy show, make sure you not only make sure you like here, make sure you're subscribed here. Go below and make sure you're subscribed to Bindle's channel as well. We do the Ballsy show every Monday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We ping pong back and forth between our channels. Did it on Bindle's on Monday. We had none other than Neil Orfield on, and super fun show. So go check out that if you haven't seen it already on Bindle's channel, and subscribe there. And Neil was saying his eliminator strategy is to do the vast majority, if not all of them, in August when you have the most information, because you have to advance out of week 1 and week 2 and week 3. So having that much more information so that you can improve your odds of advancing early on is even more crucial in his mind. And so that's one thing. It was from his like premium behind the paywall research and some articles that he's been working on. So that was pretty eye-opening for me. It's like, oh, you're probably right. So I do need to, if I'm going to do eliminators, I'm starting to think I want to do like half, if not more, all in August, like the last couple of weeks. But I like the eliminator. I think it's super fun. It's sleepy. Yeah, me too, brother. The eliminator is not a tournament for trying to make your money back. It is going for glory. It has some of the lowest advance rates. It's one of the top heaviest ones. Hard to get to the payout in the eliminator, but it's gonna be super fun. The head-to-heads, we'll get to experience the first year of this new eliminator format. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the slows as much. If I ever have more than like 10 or even 20 going, I just can't do it. But I'm doing it right now. In fact, that reminds me. I'm gonna see if I have any that are active right now. Any picks to make? Yeah, I have 2 picks to make, and they're both German Shepherds from weeks ago. But you can see this is how many slows I have. It's mostly 3 new poodles, some German Shepherds that need to finish, and then a marathon just finished. Another German Shepherd just finished. Got some picks to make. Let's look at these picks. At least it's getting close to the end. I had to get into the German Shepherd to max it. I had to do a lot of slows. I think I did 14 of them. Pretty sad. Oh, shout out. I'll follow you back. Sometimes it's delayed. I don't know what's up with Twitter. Okay, I got you. I follow you back. Boom. Incredible crypto calls. Love it. I trade meme coins and dev occasionally. Nice. I don't know if you're familiar with Boris Wagner, but he has got he's doing a lot of like crypto projects, and he's got the Spoiled Banana Society Fantasy, which is on-chain best ball contest. And so I'm gonna be drafting that pretty soon. He was reaching out to me and we were talking about it, and I think it's super fun, super cool. It's funny how much, and then Herzig has got like some NFT projects going. Pete with his Man's Coin, his whole bit that he was doing back in the day. There's a lot of funny crossover between the best ball community and the crypto meme coin community / blockchain community. So it's pretty fun stuff, but nice. That's cool. That's a really cool. And yeah, thanks for the follow on Twitter. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I'll follow you back, and then you'll know when I'm going live. You can come hang out, draft with us. I try to promote other best ball content to other creators and cool research and stuff. So all good vibes. Yeah, Putt Daddy calling you out. Pat's got a multi-table. Yeah, don't overthink it. Does not retire. That would be interesting. I think 8 hours. It makes sense. It's kind of traditional, but Interesting, Augustus. Do you have photos? Because I'm not surprised, but also I'm intrigued. Do tell more. Where was this? Was this on 6th Street in Austin, Texas? Because that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, so I hang out in the Discords. I've been on Discord I was looking this up. I've been on Discord since 2016. Crazy enough. But I don't have I don't need my own right now. Just because it's just another thing to keep up with. But I hang out in Pat's Discord. Make sure you're in Pat's Discord. Free Discord to get into. A lot of good stuff there. A lot of good channels. A lot of good people. A lot of people in this chat. So I'm hanging out in there. I'm mostly lurking around, keeping up with what's going on. The currently drafting. And then make sure you're also in on Bindle's Discord. You can find it on his Twitter, link in description here. And probably, I think he has it on his channel description too on his YouTube. A lot of Dynasty and Best Ball and fitness content as well, but mostly Dynasty and Best Ball, and some good free rankings and a lot of good trade conversation and things going on. So 2 good Discords to jump into. And then there's a bunch of other Discords that I, lurk around in and occasionally am in, but maybe one day. Yeah, this is what you get. This is what you get, Pat. 10 at a time, too. Yep. 100%. That's what it comes down to. That's what happened to me with the German Shepherd. But that one closed super fast, too. And this Poodle closed pretty fast. I don't know how I was able to get the volume in. Nice. That's crazy. Interesting. Very interesting. Sounds cool. I'll definitely look forward to see what you're up to on Twitter. See what's going on. Let's make some of these picks in this slow draft. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this one, it's a German Shepherd, 2562, 16th round, picking from the 6th spot. Three picks left. I've got Stafford and Cam Ward. Interesting. I've got 2 pretty late QBs. Achane, Henderson, Swift, Davis, White. Feels like you could stop with those 5. Lamb, Adams. So Adams is stacked. And Cam Ward, Stafford, Cam Ward. Ridley is stacked. Jameson, Higgins and Thielen, Andrews and Jonnu. The problem is if I take Rodgers, someone's going to take Calvin Austin. But I probably should try to get Calvin back at 198. I don't think I have any other Steelers on this team. Nope. What else could I do? Do I have any Seahawks? Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Glad you jumped in here. We'll be drafting. We'll be drafting some more all summer long. You know where to find it. We'll be drafting. Forgot you're drafting a Poodle? That happens. Luckily, it's a Poodle, not a Best Ball Mania. But I've been there. Uncheck the plane. Okay, this one, I don't think I can do much with the Seahawks. Daniel Jones. Dart. Daniel Jones is kind of better Maybe I can set up Daniel Jones. I could take a receiver. I don't know if I want to go Aaron. If I go Aaron Rodgers here and then wait on Calvin Austin, I might just get stuck with naked Aaron Rodgers. And no one wants to get stuck with the naked Aaron Rodgers. Let me think about this. Kind of a weird spot. I don't know if I want to just stop with the 2 QBs. I think I do want to try to get Danny Dimes on this squad, and then I guess just take him naked or get Adonai Mitchell late. That's probably the better move. So I'll probably just go ahead and pull up Danny Dimes. I keep looking at this team. I'm trying to figure out like what am I missing? I think I'm going to go Danny Dimes. And then I'll either take him naked or try to figure something out with some of the late Colts options. Mitchell. Giddens. But like I said, I'm probably good with the 5 running backs. And then Titans-wise, I could come back around for like DK. Ayo Manor, even Restrepo would be kind of interesting. I don't know about Chig. I take Chig occasionally, but not crazy about it. And then other Rams, just Corman Atwell, and then Ferguson. I could do Ferguson late. Somehow. Other Saints. It's going to be Juwan Johnson still there. No, he's gone. No, he's there. But Shuck's already gone. So interesting. A lot of options. I'm not going to go Calvin and Rodgers. I'm going to go Daniel Jones here. Lock up the QB, and then I'll figure out the rest of the team later, but most of the bets are already made. Most of these are established. I remember this team now. I have CeeDee Lamb, and somehow I couldn't get Dak. I tried to push him, I guess. So that's my own damn fault. I tried to push Dak, or somehow didn't realize the pick I needed to be making. I wonder where I was. I wonder where I was when I made that pick to geez, like I feel like I would never do that. I must have been distracted or something. That's why I don't like slows. I ended up taking Jonnu Smith over Dak Prescott on a CeeDee Lamb build. Regrets. Yeah, anyone in Pat's 17 slows, you'll probably see some familiar names at some point. People are going to try to get this thing maxed before it closes. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, the 17 slows. But Daddy, not about that life. Okay, one more slow draft for this German Shepherd. 5 left to fill. Let's see. This German Shepherd, it's also in the 16th round. 3-4-6-2 build. Pick number 8. So I'm going to have 3 picks left and quite a while until my next pick. All right, Jarquez Hunter just went. Purdy, Herbert, Penix. I think I remember this team too, but I like this one. Purdy with McCaffrey, Kamara, Pollard, and Wright. Could stop there. Hyper fragile with those 4. Might be enough. have Dowdle queued up, though. It looks like he's well past ADP, so I'll probably end up taking Dowdle. Ladd stacked up with Herbert, Devontae Adams, T-Mac. So the team stack, if I take Dowdle, that makes even more sense. Darnell Mooney for my stack with Michael Penix Jr. Trey Harris, the double stack. This team cooked. This team is nice. Sometimes they come together like this. Goddard and Ferguson. I think that's just the move to go Dowdle because I don't really need any other positions right now. Even the wide receivers are so nice. Dowdle it is. And then I'll probably stop with those 5 running backs. Sweet. And then just tack on one more receiver, maybe even one more tight end. I could stop with these 2. It seems like a fine spot to do it. Look at that value on Ferguson too. But Goddard's always injured, so I kind of like having 3 tight ends when I have Goddard. And I take a good amount of Goddard. I think he's just really good. But he gets injured every season. Something about him. Yeah. Get the ranks at least. Trust the ranks. Eddie, you're not alone, brother. Speaking of. Damn, Putt Daddy. I haven't even done one Pitbull yet, but I'm about to get into them real soon. And then I haven't done my Corgi yet either, so I'll be doing that in a bit. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate y'all drafting with me tonight, hanging, chilling on a Friday night. Always a good time in the garage. Make sure you've slapped the like and are subscribed. If you're watching this in the future, subscribe to the channel and follow me on Twitter at FFP Garage so you know when I'm going live. We're going to be drafting best ball teams all summer long. More to come soon. Tomorrow night, Hartman and I are going to be drafting an FFPC Big Gorilla here on stream, 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern Time, 7 Pacific. Hartman and I are going to go live. We went live last night and we ripped some drafts. It was fun. So check out that stream if you already haven't. But tomorrow night, we're going to do an FFPC Big Gorilla high stakes draft. And we'll be talking some ball. So it's going to be a good time. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you in another draft room soon. Thanks for being here. Chris B, hope you're having a great Friday, my man. Appreciate you. And thanks for tuning in. We're learning new things every day. And yeah. Have a great Friday night. Catch y'all tomorrow on Saturday. Start the weekend off right. Watch a little golf, touch a little grass, draft some teams. Let's max these contests. See y'all next time. Peace.